United Kingdom, the relationship between the police and the high-performance automobile is not merely one of utility, but one of a decades-long technological arms race. From the Sweeney era of the 1970s to the ultra-high-tech interceptors of the modern age, the British police have occasionally traded their sensible diesel hatchbacks for machines that belong on a starting grid at Silverstone. In today's video, we take you through a curated history of 10 insanely fast UK police cars to ever wear a siren. You are about to discover that when the British constabulary decides to get serious about a pursuit, they don't just bring a siren, they bring a supercar. Number 10. The Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. The late 1980s in Britain were defined by a peculiar social phenomenon, the rise of the high-speed joyrider. Standard police cruisers of the era, mostly underpowered Vauxhall Senators, or standard Fords, simply could not keep up with the new breed of turbocharged thieves. Enter the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. In the late 80s, several UK forces, most notably the Humberside and South Yorkshire Police, realized they needed something with a whale tail to reclaim the streets. The Sierra RS Cosworth was a homologation special, a racing car disguised as a family hatchback, and its performance was nothing short of a revelation for the officers lucky enough to drive it. Underneath that massive rear wing sat a 2.0-liter turbocharged D08C engine developed by Cosworth, producing a then staggering 204 horsepower. For a car weighing just over 1,200 kilograms, this meant a 0 to 60 mile-per-hour time of approximately 6.2 seconds and a top speed of 149 miles per hour. At a time when the average family car struggled to hit 100 miles per hour, the Cossie was an interceptor that could actually catch the villains. It became a symbol of the era, featured heavily in contemporary news reports as the ultimate deterrent against the ram raiders who plagued British high streets. The car's legacy remains so potent that it is still discussed in hushed, respectful tones by retired traffic officers. Number 9. The Subaru Impreza WRX STI. As the 1990s bled into the early 2000s, the battleground shifted from the motorways to the winding B-roads of rural England and the rain-slicked streets of northern cities. The Ford Sierra had been fast, but it was rear-wheel drive and notoriously tail-happy in the wet. The police needed something with all-weather dominance, and they found it in the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Used extensively by the Humberside Police and the Essex Police, the Impreza became the gold standard for the proactive interceptor units. Its distinctive flat-4 boxer engine rumble became a sound that struck fear into the hearts of illegal street racers across the country. The specifications of the police-spec Imprezas were formidable. The 2.5-liter turbocharged engine delivered roughly 300 horsepower to all four wheels through Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive system. This allowed the car to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds, with a top speed electronically limited to around 155 miles per hour. More importantly, the Impreza could maintain these speeds through corners and in torrential rain, conditions where a standard rear-wheel drive sedan would have spun off into a hedge. So just a quick timeout, guys. Before we move on to the rest of the video, could we ask you for a small favor? If you've enjoyed the content so far, could you take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel? Over 98% of viewers watch our videos without subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it is a really huge help to us. Thanks. Number 8. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. 10. If the Subaru Impreza was the scalpel of the UK police fleet, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 10 was the high-frequency laser. For years, a fierce rivalry existed between Subaru and Mitsubishi fans, and this mirrored the choices made by different UK police forces. South Yorkshire Police famously opted for the Evo to form their elite interceptor units. These cars weren't just for show, they were fitted with over 30,000 pounds worth of specialized equipment, including advanced ANPR, or automatic number plate recognition, systems and tactical communication arrays, making them rolling command centers capable of 150 miles per hour. The Evolution 10 featured a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine that, in its FQ iterations, popularly whispered to stand for effing quick, could produce anywhere from 300 to 360 horsepower. Even the standard police versions boasted a 0 to 60 time of roughly 4.7 seconds. With a sophisticated SAWC, or Super All-Wheel Control, system, the Evo 10 could distribute torque to each wheel individually, allowing it to corner with an agility that felt almost supernatural. It was widely reported in the UK motoring press that the South Yorkshire Police chose the Evo because it was one of the few vehicles that could safely perform tactical contact maneuvers at high speeds while remaining completely stable. Number 7. The Lexus ISF. In 2009, the Humberside Police decided to upgrade their Interceptor fleet, but they moved away from the rally-bred four cylinders of the past in favor of something with more muscle. They chose the Lexus ISF, a move that surprised many but was backed by cold, hard data. After an exhaustive 12-month trial against several other high-performance competitors, the Lexus was chosen for its exceptional, high-speed stability and its ability to carry a heavy load of police gear without compromising its performance. It was a sophisticated beast, blending Japanese reliability with a very un-Japanese V8 roar. The ISF was powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine that produced 416 horsepower, a significant jump from the Subarus it replaced. This engine was mated to an 8-speed direct-shift gearbox, allowing the car to hit 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds and reach an electronically limited top speed of 168 miles per hour. Despite the added weight of sirens, light bars, and onboard computers, the ISF remained a formidable pursuit vehicle. Lexus UK worked closely with the force to ensure the cars were up to the rigors of operational policing, marking a shift toward using luxury performance sedans as a more durable alternative to highly strung rally replicas. Number 6. The Jaguar XFR. There is something inherently right about a Jaguar in police livery. It harkens back to the 1960s when the Jaguar Mark II was the vehicle of choice for both the flying squad and the criminals they were chasing. In the early 2010s, the Central Motorway Police Group, or CMPG, which patrols the Midlands' vast motorway network, returned to these roots by adopting the Jaguar XFR. This wasn't a PR stunt. The CMPG needed a car that could cruise comfortably at triple-digit speeds for hours on end, while having the power to close the gap on a speeding motorist in seconds. The Jaguar XFR was a true sleeper in the world of Interceptors. Beneath its dignified British exterior lurked a 5.0-liter supercharged V8 engine, pumping out 510 horsepower. This allowed the big cat to leap from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds. While most German rivals were limited to 155 miles per hour, the XFR had a potential top speed nearing 174 miles per hour if the limiters were removed, making it one of the fastest motorway patrol cars in European history. Its inclusion in the fleet was hailed as a return to the golden age of British policing, where domestic engineering provided the best tools for the job. Number 5. The Lotus Evora S. While most police cars need to be practical enough to carry a suspect in the back, some roles require pure, unadulterated speed and agility. This is where the Lotus Evora S comes in. Used as a demonstrator and rapid response vehicle by the Norfolk, Sussex, and Hertfordshire constabularies, the Evora S was designed to engage with the public, specifically the tuning and street racing communities, to promote road safety. However, make no mistake, this was a fully functional police car, and in the right hands on a twisty road, nothing on this list could catch it. The Evora S featured a 3.5-liter supercharged V6 engine sourced from Toyota, but tuned by Lotus to produce 345 horsepower. Because the car was built with a lightweight aluminum chassis, it could sprint to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds and reach a top speed of 178 miles per hour. Its mid-engine layout gave it a balance and poise that traditional front-engine police sedans simply couldn't match. It served as a powerful PR tool, appearing at major car shows and bike-safe events, but it also served as a reminder that the Norfolk Police had a homegrown hero that could outrun almost anything on the A11. Number 4, the BMW M5 F10 and F90. The BMW M5 has long been the unofficial king of the UK's motorway patrol units. While many forces use the standard 530D for everyday duties, several elite units across the country, including the Metropolitan Police and various regional tactical pursuit and containment, or TPAC teams, have utilized the full-fat M5. The M5 is widely considered the ultimate all-rounder. It has 4 doors, a massive boot for equipment, and enough performance to humble a Ferrari. It is the quintessential iron fist in a velvet glove. In its F10 and later F90 generations, the M5 utilized a 4.4-liter twin, turbocharged V8 engine. Power figures for these cars often exceed 560 to 600 horsepower, depending on the specific model year. With a 0 to 60 mile/hour time of 3.4 to 4.3 seconds, the M5 is capable of reaching an electronically limited top speed of 155 miles per hour, though many police versions are equipped with the M Drivers package, which raises that limit to a staggering 180 miles per hour. Its ability to serve as a dignified escort vehicle for the royal family one day and a high-speed interceptor the next makes it perhaps the most versatile fast car ever to wear the yellow and blue markings. Number 3, the Lotus Carlton. To talk about fast UK police cars without mentioning the Lotus Carlton is to ignore the greatest legend in the history of British road crime. In the early 1990s, the Lotus Carlton was so fast that it actually caused a crisis in Parliament. After a gang of thieves used a stolen Carlton to outrun every police car in the country during a series of ram raids in the West Midlands, the Daily Mail and several MPs actually called for the car to be banned from public roads. The police, realizing they couldn't beat them, decided to join them. Several forces reportedly tested the car, and it remains the most infamous interceptor ever to briefly wear a badge. The specs of the Lotus Carlton were terrifying for 1990. 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged straight-six engine that produced 377 horsepower and 419 pound-feet of torque. It could hit 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds, which was faster than a contemporary Ferrari 348. Most importantly, it had a top speed of 177 miles per hour. This made it the fastest four-door sedan in the world at the time. The police found it almost impossible to catch a Carlton because it could simply pull away on a motorway and disappear into the horizon. While its official service life was limited due to its high cost and political optics, its status as the car the police couldn't catch earns it a high spot on this list. Number 2, the McLaren 12C. As we reach the upper echelons of this list, we enter the realm of the Super Interceptors. In 2014, the West Midlands Police unveiled a car that seemed to have come straight out of a Need for Speed video game, a McLaren 12C. Painted in full high-visibility livery with a roof-mounted light bar, the McLaren was part of a campaign to improve communication between the police and the public. While it was primarily a demonstrator car on loan from McLaren, it was fully functional and occasionally seen on patrol, representing the absolute pinnacle of British automotive engineering in the service of the law. The McLaren 12C was a technological masterpiece. It featured a carbon fiber monocell chassis and a 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine producing 616 horsepower. This allowed the supercar to rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a blistering 3.1 seconds. Even more impressive was its top speed, a heart-stopping 205 miles per hour. While it was never intended for tactical maneuvers or PIT stops, the McLaren 12C served as a reminder that the UK produces some of the fastest cars on the planet, and that the police are more than happy to show them off. It remains the fastest traditional supercar to ever wear the UK's police colors. Number 1, the Caparo T1. Finally, we arrive at the absolute fastest, most insane vehicle to ever be liveried as a UK police car, the Caparo T1. In 2007, the Metropolitan Police unveiled this vehicle as part of a high-speed road safety campaign. The Caparo T1 is not a car in the traditional sense. It is essentially a Formula One car with 2 seats and some lights. Designed by the same engineers who worked on the McLaren F1, the T1 was meant to show that the laws of physics and the laws of the road apply to everyone, no matter how fast their vehicle might be. The Caparo T1's specifications read like a fever dream. It weighs just 470 kilograms and is powered by a 3.5-liter, naturally aspirated V8 that revs to 10,500 RPM and produces 575 horsepower. This gives it a power-to-weight ratio that is double that of a Bugatti Veyron. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mind-bending 2.5 seconds and has a top speed of over 200 miles per hour. More importantly, it can generate enough downforce to theoretically be driven upside down on the ceiling of a tunnel. While it was a promotional tool rather than a daily patrol vehicle, the Caparo T1 stands as the undisputed champion of speed in the history of the British police force. It is the ultimate expression of the Interceptor concept, a machine so fast that the very idea of a pursuit becomes redundant. Nothing can outrun it. From the humble yet ferocious Sierra Cosworth to the F1-inspired Caparo T1, the history of the UK's fastest police cars is a testament to the country's enduring love affair with speed and engineering. These vehicles have served many roles, as tools for catching the unreachable, as symbols of authority on the motorways, and as olive branches to a car-obsessed public. They prove that while the thin blue line might often be found in a diesel hatchback, it occasionally has the power to move at the speed of light.